Good morning, and if I'm bleary-eyed, it's because it's 7 o'clock in the morning here in Ningbo, and I am taking the metro system off to the train. It is the Qing Ming festival, which kind of aligns with Easter here in China, and if it looks like I'm rushing a little bit, that is indeed true, because I think I've got a couple of minutes before the train arrives, and they don't come that often here. They come around about once every 8 or 10 minutes or so, which I'm not really used to, because in Shanghai it's more like once every 2 or 3 minutes. It's early in the morning and a weekend, so it's actually quite empty here. Good, my plan worked. We've got 2 minutes until the next train arrives. This train is driverless, can we see? Yes, just about, and empty. There we have the front view from the train. Here's the map. So we started at Xuefulu, and then what we're doing is taking line 8 up to here, which one is Liyuan South Road, and then just a short hop to the Ningbo railway station. These displays are very useful, so it shows us where we are and where the escalators are, where the exits actually take you, so that's very useful to get. We are now going to do a transfer to line 2. Here we are in the line 2 station. The metro is a little bit busier here because obviously we're a lot closer to the final train station now. There we are coming into the Ningbo railway station. Here we are in the railway station. There's a lot of rushing about early in the morning, people getting their train for the day. We've got these barriers up today. These are when it gets a little bit busier, so they're obviously expecting a little bit more traffic because of the Qing Ming festival. As a foreigner, there's always one specific gate that checks passport. After security, we are then through. So this is Ningbo train station. We are on the G7504, the 820, so we've got about 20 minutes for that. Qing Ming festival is otherwise known as Tomb Sweeping Day, so it's a chance for the family to get together and consider their past loved ones, and maybe go and do a bit of tomb sweeping. Now, it's not the same as the migration that's usually done at the Chinese New Year, where literally you have to go to your hometown, but it's good for the family to get together if you're relatively nearby. So I'm going to go to Jinshan, which is my wife's hometown, via Songjiang. And the reason for going to Songjiang is that they've now got a really large train station there, and I went through Songjiang at least twice on earlier videos, and I'm hoping to do a kind of like before and after video with this one to show you how the development of that station has gone. That 820 is going off from platform 10, so I just need to find my way over there. They've got one of these kind of open public pianos here. Platform 10, and I think I'm in carriage 2. And as usually the case, you rush to the platform and then there's nothing here. Anyway, not a bad thing. Okay, I can see from that board that we are using the yellow numbers. That's what it says in the Chinese characters. I've covered this before on a video, but the numbers are here. So you can see that's yellow 4. So I'll go this way to pick up yellow 2. And there's our train coming in. We have the yellow 2 sign, and let's see how accurate they are. Oh, look at that, bang on. As happened in the last video, you always bump into somebody you meet. Yes. So in the exhibition I met Stefan, and here we are with PK, who's a colleague at the university. Because of bumping into PK, I missed getting onto the train. So here's that shot, here we go, getting onto the train. And then we're this way into first class. The reason I went for a first class seat is that in fact the tickets were quite tight during this weekend, and I bought only a week ahead. Tickets can be available 2 weeks ahead, but only 1 week ahead wasn't long enough to be able to get a second class usual ticket that I buy. Chinese trains are very punctual. This is the 820, so there it is at 8:19. And there goes the doors. I've said this before, but you have to be punctual for a Chinese train. And there you go, there's the 20 minutes past. We are moving already. Here's the business class section, it's the poshest bit of the train, and I think we're just about to come into Hangzhou. There's extra concrete pillars being created, indicating a new rail line will go there. And there's another rail line on the left side of the train as well. There you go, just building a bridge across that canal. So yeah, that's Jinshan. There's some dent traffic having a little bit of a problem, having to slow down. That'll be traffic that's leaving Shanghai, going off to various other towns. We're putting on a fair bit of speed now. I think we've probably maxed out maybe 300 or even 320. Here we are coming into Songjiang. So this is the new building I was referring to earlier that was being built probably about 4 years ago now. But I remember being here when it was all a horrible building site. And hopefully I can find those previous videos for you. I should have moved down the train a little bit. I'm in a little bit of a rush now because I need to catch the Jinshan train at Chedun, which is around about 10 kilometers away. I'm going to take a car to get there because there was no easy public transportation link up. But I also do want to show you a little bit of this building if possible. Let's see, I've not actually been here before, so I also don't really know where I'm going. Anyway, it's been a fun. I'm probably going to wait around to see it off, because that was one of the things that we did when we came here earlier on the hard sleeper. I came here with Elliot Richards, and we certainly saw one of the old green trains off from this very station many years ago.
Oh, hang on a minute.
There it goes. There's a train coming through behind this one. Boom. So unfortunately we didn't get to see that because our train is in the way, but I'm sure you got to hear it at least. Look, we've got some other train nerds over there. There goes the doors. Okay, so there's transfers. This is the exit. Good. And we're out. So actually it's not the train station, it's a shopping mall. So I've been a bit foolish there. So there's the train station and that's it. But it is at least all completely finished and it's not a building site that it once was. Passing by this area, which is what I usually do whenever I go to Shanghai, you know, every weekend from Ningbo, you know, I was under the stupid impression that that curved structure was actually part of the station. And it's not, it's a shopping mall. Whilst we are here, I'll just show you a little bit more of the train station. That's what we're here for. Let's just pop back in to show you the entranceway. Now we're not going to be able to actually get in because of course we don't have a train ticket, but I'll at least show you inside a little bit. There's the security there, and then there's the waiting room. Usual and quite standard kind of design, and you can see there's some people queuing and the classic time boards, etc. Right, I'm going against the traffic. That's, there you go, that's Songjiang train station. In fact, quite normal, and in fact relatively small for Chinese standards. Oh, here you go, look, more confusion. Right, Shanghai Songjiang railway station, north area. So there's me calling out shopping mall. I need to do better research, but now it appears that it is a train station. It's just the north area. I actually did look on the map and it did say train station, but it's weirdly split. So Shanghai Songjiang railway station north area 3 to 5. So the station behind us clearly stated that it was for 1 and 2, and then this is 3 to 5. So this is indeed the main station. Yeah, 1 and 2 is in that building I just came from, and then 3 to 15 is on this way. Very large building. Let's just quickly look around. This is the upper floors. This area is all blocked off, and then we go up yet again. So this is, I guess you'd call this what, the 3rd floor? 3 and 15. You can enter both sides, so what looks like the main entrance is not this way. And here we have the entrance proper. We can't go through there, we don't have a ticket again, but I'll show you the room in a moment. There we have the new entrance hall, so that's serving lines 3 through 15. Right, so it's all starting to make sense now. We've got this split station. Anyway, it makes me wonder whether this station will end up taking over all of the lines and actually making that previous station redundant. It appears that there's a roadway that comes right up here to this 3rd floor, and that's quite an easy transfer straight across to that entrance there. Now you can see it says the Metro Line 9 that way, and that is indeed true, that the Shanghai Metro Line 9 line comes to this station. We are back in that large shopping mall that's connected to the train station. So I was kind of right both ways. It is a shopping mall, albeit a half vacant one, and it is linked to the new train station. Right, now I need to get a rush on to grab a car and get to the Chedun train station. I hope I make it. We've come out of the new train station, which calls itself the South area. You can see we've got this building in front of us, the Shanghai Songjiang District Government Service Centre. And then over here you've got an entrance to line 9. There's line 9. So we're essentially in a metro station now, but we're just passing through it and then on towards the road out front here. Okay, car is ordered. Anyway, I thought I'd show you the entrance into line 9. So if you arrive here by car, you just simply get out, go through the metro station, and then you've got the South Railway and North Railway behind it. And this is me in the car that I need to take for the 10 kilometers to get to Chedun. Unfortunate, no public transport. We're actually driving parallel to the railway line we were just on. It's about to get quite messy because I've got quite a tight connection time-wise. So I'm going to have to jump out of the car, get through the X-ray, and then jump on the train, hopefully. So let's, this is the calm before the storm. Okay, we are pulling into the station, and I've got about 3 or 4 minutes, I think. Hopefully we get let in. Fairly small car park here. Okay. Great, excellent. Okay. So that's me out. That's the car there. Absolutely double check. Right, and off we go. Here we have the entrance. Yep. A gentleman shall walk but never run. Yeah, right. Okay, here we have the X-ray machine, of course. Let's just hope I've got money on my card. Yes. Okay, so platform 2. Platform 2 is, of course, on the other side. Of course, it's not going to be the easy platform, is it? So that is the train, the 1151. Which way? That's coming now. So of course they don't have an escalator to help you get up to the train. That would be too useful. Hey. Okay. And relax. Don't know if you can see my screen there, but what's slightly amusing is that my phone is saying 46 and the train clock is saying 52. If there's one clock in the world that you want to be correct, it's a train station clock. And here comes the train. So I did indeed have about 2, maybe 3 minutes. The plan worked, yes. So there you go. There's everybody else on the train. Yay! Oh, so there's some people getting off. Right. Oh, look, I recognise that bag. Hello, everybody. Hello. So I didn't say it earlier, but that was the overall plan, was to try and hook up with the rest of my family. That's Chedun. Say goodbye to that. It's a So we're going a little bit slower. In keeping with the Qing Ming Festival busy public transport, the train is actually totally full. Yeah. Oh look, there's another station, even smaller one. This is another stop that we made at Tingling Station, but that's the only stop for us before Jinshan. Here we are coming into Jinshan Way Station, and there's another train, look. It's the frog legs again. We quite regularly come to Jinshan, and I've never seen a station this busy before. Go. Here we are. We've got Popeye the Sailor Man. And there we have it, the north entrance of Jinshan railway station. The weather's a little bit strange at the moment. Obviously it's spring, so we've got a little bit of sun today. It was raining yesterday, it was nice and sunny the day before, so it's very changeable at the moment. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. The race from Ningbo via Songjiang here to Jinshan, and my complete mess up of the Songjiang railway stations north and south, but hopefully that educates you that if ever you go through Songjiang you'll realise that there is actually a split with 2 lines in one building and the other 13 in the other one. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. Please like, subscribe, comment and join me on the next one. Bye bye.